all the girls has produced a few tears. I have never in my life have ever seen a sport that has shown this kindness, encouragement, and support to each other. I just love hearing them cheer each other on. It melts my heart. I have goosebumps. Lastly, I want to thank all the coaches through the years, especially Gina. I am grateful that Jess has had all of you to give her the gift of a treasured experience. I appreciate you all. Pump it up, Mom.
Okay, I'm just gonna talk. So I want to say I've seen like so many people go and come from this program, and especially for freshmen and like sophomores, definitely stick with it. I'm so glad I did. You'll be so happy in the end. And thank you to all the coaches, especially Ashley, who told me to do high school gymnastics. And Ashley, she did bars for me freshman year, which was very kind of her. And then I did it this year for the first time. But yeah, just keep with it and make friends. It would be nice.
Okay, so my senior year of high school, I was fortunate enough to have an amazing freshman class, as we've all known. It's crazy to see them all grow up, but today I'm going to be talking about Leah. Leah was one of my freshmen my senior year, and I'm not sure where the time went, but I'm still picturing you as a little freshman. I think I always will, honestly. I'm so incredibly blessed to be part of your first season of high school gymnastics, and now your last. Watching you grow up over the years have been so real. You are so talented inside and outside of the gym. I had an amazing time coaching you this season and cheering you on, but deep down you'll forever always be my teammate. So to my teammate, thank you for never failing to make me laugh, for cheering me on during our season together, and for the memories in West East Gym. I'll hold them in a special place in my heart. I am so excited for you to begin this new chapter of your life. Wake Forest is so lucky to have you. I'm going to miss my little freshman so much. And if I were to give you an award, it'd be most likely to have to stop doing a curse scale because she's laughing too hard. Especially on bars.
I need a little bit of light, getting old. Alright, let me put my glasses. Hold on, I get nervous. Alright. Today we celebrate your last gymnastics season. It takes me back so many years, so many weeks, so many routines. I have watched you do gymnastics for 15 years. This would be her first gym show at the age of 3. When I signed you up at the age of 3, it was with the intentions to get you excited about being a big girl and out of your pull-ups. Next thing I know, I was dropping off at a practice for your first 3 to 4 hour practice. You have tried so many sports, volleyball, t-ball, soccer, but you always came back to this one. You even tried combining soccer and gymnastics by doing cartwheels during the soccer game. It's bittersweet that my years as a gymnastics mom are coming to a close. I cried earlier. All the shirts and hoodies from the meets will begin to collect dust in the back of the closet, but the memories I will cherish forever. I won't remember the hours I spent driving back and forth to the gym, the snowstorms that we've driven through to get to meets, the tears over the perfect competition hairstyle, the times you'd have to change in the car to get to practice on time, or the many planes we had to cancel because you had gymnastics. But I will remember the smiles from when you finished a great routine, the excitement when you finally got a new skill after trying over and over again, and the love that you have for this sport is something I will always remember. Be proud of yourself for the countless hours, the sweat, tears, and determination that you have put in to be standing here today. So many years of pride and joy concluding in one season of class. Last time you chalked up, the last time you put on your cartwheel, the last time you saluted the judge after a routine, the last smile to the crowd to see your family so proud. All these are now just large memories in our minds, ones that will last a lifetime. The memories will eventually fade, but the stories and emotions will last forever. Over the years, we have traveled hundreds of miles, slept in countless hotel rooms, but nothing will ever amount to the memories and times we've had together. The fun and laughter we shared on our trips, the bonds you built with your family, friends, and coaches through the years. I have watched you learn so many life lessons through gymnastics, more than many will learn in a lifetime. What makes me the proudest is your unwavering determination and passion for this sport. Whether you were nailing a new routine or facing an unexpected setback, you never gave up or lost sight of your goals. I'm almost done. Your hard work has paid off, and while I'm so proud of the medals, trophies, and ribbons that you've earned through the years, what's even more impressive than your collection of awards is your spirit and attitude. Your positive attitude inspires me every day. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of the person you are. As gymnastics comes to an end, I want you to remember that gymnastics is a part of you and your story, but it's not who you are. Gymnastics has built character, but it's not your definition. Take pride in the athlete that you are, the memories you have, and the years of hard work that you put into it. I am, and I couldn't be any prouder. As you prepare to graduate and embark on your new adventures, I know that this will be the spirit you carry far in life. You are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. And I have no doubt that you will continue to make us all proud. I love you.
Okay. 15 years of my life have been dedicated to this sport, and I would never change how they went. It's crazy to think that something I never thought would end has ended, and the next chapter of my life is beginning. The past few weeks without practice have been so weird. It seems like I have nothing to do anymore. The break that I've been wanting for so long from the sport now seems like my worst nightmare. Gymnastics is all I've ever known, and I am forever grateful for that. Being a club gymnast for a long time was one of the most thrilling and exciting things I've ever done. With every up and down that came with it, and gymnastics in general, I have learned very important lessons. When I had mental blocks, I learned that it's okay to ask someone for help, and it is okay to put yourself in a position of vulnerability. This was a hard lesson for me to learn. I've never been a person who wanted to admit that I was struggling or get help. I always thought I could just do it on my own. In addition to that, it has taught me perseverance. That just because I had one bad day or couldn't do something perfect the first time didn't mean I should quit and give up, even if it felt like that was the only option. It taught me to continue to push through and work hard to achieve my goals. I now even apply this at school, knowing that it is okay to ask teachers for help and for guidance, and that one bad grade doesn't determine my whole academic future. Gymnastics has also taught me what it means to have a second family. The friendships and memories that I have made because of this sport are ones that are unforgettable. I will never forget the simple holiday parties or the crazy adventures down to faraway meets and even at the meets. I remember walking on my first day of high school gymnastics practice and being so intimidated by all the seniors. I remember doubting myself and thinking, what am I doing? But sticking with high school and being welcomed into the gymnastics family is something I will forever be grateful for. Getting to know so many people from different schools and building these bonds that continue to carry on in my 4 years of this program is something so special. There is no other program like this one. The environment that is created is something so amazing. I realized that this program is what made me find my love for gymnastics again. It put a brighter light on the sport and made it fun. It made me want to work harder, not because I was afraid to be left behind, but because I wanted to work harder and have fun when I was competing. The meet environment was something I had never experienced before. Just knowing that there were so many people there from other schools supporting you because you were a true gymnastics family. The streets trip we went on and the Saturday morning classes we all used to coach together are some of my fondest memories of the past 4 years. Getting to do these things with my teammates and some of my closest friends has been such a blessing. First, I want to thank Abby and Ava for being the best teammates and making senior year so much fun. From doing club gymnastics together to now doing high school, gymnastics wouldn't have been the same without you. I also want to thank Ashley for being such a great teammate and coach. Even though I was absolutely terrified of you freshman year, I'm so glad that I was able to be your teammate and have the opportunity to have you as a coach. Thank you for making my senior year full of laughs. I'd also like to thank the rest of the coaches for running such an amazing program that has impacted my gymnastics career so much. The past 4 years are unforgettable, and I'm so happy that I was able to experience this all. I'd also like to thank my aunt who has always supported me, even when we butt heads. And then finally, I'd like to thank my mom for always supporting me in and out of gymnastics. Thank you for always being my #1 fan and putting up with all my crap no matter what. Whether it was getting a car that was good enough to travel far away at meets so I'd be comfortable, to completely missing part of my routines at meets because you were so nervous and wanted to see what was happening outside the phone. I wouldn't have had the experience I've had with gymnastics if it wasn't for you, your endless support. Paying for countless privates to get me out of my head and always being willing to help me practice at home. Thank you. You have truly played such a crucial role in my gymnastics career and in my life. And then to all my teammates, I know it sounds very cliche, but don't take this time for granted. Enjoy every moment because I remember sitting at the banquet my freshman year thinking it would be such a long time until I had to write a speech at my senior year banquet. But here I am, and let me tell you, it all went by like the blink of an eye.
Alright, so Abby, being this is my first year coaching, I met her for the first time. She has been in the high school program for 3 years, but she has been in club for a lot longer than that. And I can tell because she's a hard worker, she's got amazing skills, and when she's in the gym, she's always pushing it. But she was doing high school practices and club practices throughout the season. Her coach would always say she's, trying to get this or doing this, and she would always let us know that she's ready to go this weekend. She's going to compete, and she's going to do amazing. She finished sectionals as her final meet of the season, 25th in all around. And so I know the girls on the team look up to her, and it has been a joy having her on this team this season. I know throwing your soup, you were always nervous. It was always is this going to happen or not? I always say you can do it. Just get it up there. It's going to land. You're going to get it. And I mean, amazing. Like when it landed, it was a fantastic ball. So I know any of that hard work is going to reach further in life as we go off to college. If I were to give Abby an award, I would give her the Friend to All award. She not only is a friend to everyone here in this room for gymnasts, but she also knows probably every single person at sectionals and districts. I saw her go around to at least 8 teams, knowing every single girl on this team or that team. So obviously the gymnastics community, as we know, reaches far and wide, and obviously she's got close friends in every team and they support her. So that is a fantastic thing to have. Congratulations.
I'm here for you. Yeah.
Okay, there will be a point.
Okay.
Okay. Firstly, I'm not great at speeches. I work at home, usually in my pajamas, and the thought of getting in front of everyone is slightly terrifying. I would have said no one could get me to do this. No one except Abby. Abby started gymnastics as a toddler, but quickly retired after a male coach yelled at her. Once upon a time, people intimidated Abby. Now she is more likely to accept constructive criticism and use it to get better. Abby's glorious return to gymnastics came in 2nd grade. The next 10 years have been a blur of road trips, different meets, new hotels, steady progress up through different levels, development of new skills, bonds between friends, and teammates, and 115 medals. I lost my place. Okay. Oh, and one song about butterflies that had to be sung every car ride before every meet. Abby's hard work and dedication has made me so proud over the years. Between school, practice, meets, conditioning, and working part-time, she barely had time to herself, but she never complained and never gave up. One last thing you need to know about Abby is that she isn't much of a crier, like hardly ever. This is hard. And never when gymnastics is involved. If she executed her routines and threw her vaults with precision, power, and grace, achieving scores well beyond her expectations, she never cried happy tears. If she struggled due to injury, illness, or just plain bad luck, and felt disappointed and defeated, she never cried.
A few weeks ago, this changed. At sectionals, when Abby dismounted from the beam and saluted for the very last time. She let her guard down for a moment and allowed her emotions to show. The moment was too much to hold back. Abby cried and hugged her friends and teammates, because in the end, winning or losing, success or failure isn't what's important to Abby. What really matters to her is the love she has for the sport and the love she has for her team. This has been a long journey with Abby. She has done so much and has become so much. I just feel blessed and honored to have been able to share it with her. And Abby, now that it's time to set off on a journey, I thought it was only appropriate that I leave you with a quote from someone I'm not sure you're too familiar with, Harry Styles. You can see the world following the seasons anywhere you go.
So she didn't exactly say yes. Okay. So, sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm already crying, but you gonna read it?
No, I'm good. So gymnastics has taught me more lessons than I ever could have imagined. 4-year-old me attending my grandma's gymnastics class would have never guessed this sport would have turned into my everything. This sport has given me my lifelong friends. My lifelong friends and memories and experiences that I would not trade for the world. As a kid, my teammates and I would watch the older girls that we looked up to grow up and graduate, and now it's weird to think that that's me. It's weird to think that this is the end of it all. Standing here, I wish I could have slowed down time to take in and appreciate all that this sport has to offer. The gym has become my second home, and this is the hardest goodbye I've ever had to say. I know that the lessons I've learned in this sport from all of my teammates, whether I'm super close with you or not, I truly am so thankful for all of you and all of my coaches. Even if I just met you this year, I'm so thankful for all of you. I just joined the program last year, but it truly was such a good experience. It really made me appreciate gymnastics again for what it was and not what I felt like I was obligated to think it was. I know that the lessons I've learned in this sport will never be forgotten. Words aren't enough to express the love I have for this sport and for everyone that was brought into my life because of it. Thank you.
All right, Ava, another one that I just met this year, but she has been in the program for 4 years. She is another hard worker. She is, again, always thinking about how she can improve her skills, improve her routines. She started out in club and then came over to high school, but she was our rock on bars, where most people actually would have to chase down to come to bars. Ava was already over there. Ava was already swinging bars in any kind of way that she can. She was actually one of our leading scorers at NDCL's team for bars. She had no problem competing bars and did fantastic at it. I know Ava had commitments outside the gym, but she always came to practice ready to work hard. Vault was not her favorite. She was not a fan of it, but even for senior night, I said, let's get an all-around score, and she did. She competed vault and did a great job with it. So I know anytime we would give her corrections on any event and say, try this or do that, she was always willing to listen and take those corrections. And so if I were to give Ava an award, I would give her the most likely to throw it when it counts. Anytime she got to an event or any meet, she was like, yeah, I'll do it, and she would. So that would be my award for her. So congratulations on 4 years.
So it's kind of hard to go after Abby's speech because they've been best friends for a very long time. And I've watched them both grow up together doing gymnastics, so that's a little hard still. All right, so when growing up, she was this little girl who stood on her hands more than her own 2 feet. She was insanely fearless, always climbing as high as she could, begging to ride the highest roller coaster when she wasn't tall enough, bungee jumping way too long, watching the scariest movies, going to haunted houses when her friends would just stay behind and wait, and just begging to do these terrifying things over and over again. Ahead of her 2 older brothers and all of her friends who would just watch her in awe. I often called her monkey because she just couldn't keep her 2 feet on the ground. When she discovered gymnastics, this was a perfect fit for her. She was once again fearless. Soccer, volleyball, softball, dance didn't do it for her. Gymnastics was it, and boy was she dedicated. 16 to 20 hours a week, often at times, begging to go to open gyms after all those long, grueling practices, asking Santa for her own set of bars, beam, and mats. She was insanely good, and we were very proud. Still proud of the young woman that she's becoming. She's a great student, daughter, sister, and I know she's an even better friend. Along the way, she met many great friends and coaches, as did we. We will forever be grateful to these people, and we will treasure these memories for a long time to come. She also works hard in school. She works hard to make her own money. She still loves gymnastics, but I don't find her climbing as often, much anymore. Not as many handstands, and her 2 feet are often on the ground, looking ahead at her future. However, she's finding her way, and she is going to be extraordinary at so many things in this life. We cannot wait to see what she will do in her future and who she will become. We know that whatever it is, she will give it her all. We are lucky to call her our daughter, and we are unbelievably proud of her.
I genuinely could not be more grateful for these past 4 years on this team. I was so nervous to be walking into West Street for my first practice as a freshman. Coming from a club team where I've known everyone on the team my whole life to a brand new team where I didn't know anyone was scary. And I'm thankful I decided to go through with it. The friendships that I've made throughout the years with the girls not only on the NBCL team but other schools as well are just another reason why I'm so thankful for this program. Everyone in the gym, no matter what team you are on, will always be so supportive and cheer you on, which is something I never had experienced before that. I'm also extremely grateful for all the coaches throughout the past 4 years. Thank you for always pushing me to do my best and believing in me. I'm also thankful to my parents who believed in me even when I didn't believe myself. Lastly, as a message for the rest of my teammates, the years really do fly by, so never take any of it for granted. Give it your all at every meet, and don't forget to have fun because it will be over before you know it.
Oh yes, I will explain all of this. So, Addison, obviously I've only known you for a year, but obviously being a tough year as it was, we started a fundraiser of shirts and hoodies. I reached out to the gymnastics community, and we had teams from Twinsburg, Hudson, where else? Brecksville, Padua, Revere, Buckeye, all bought shirts. And not only did they buy them, they wore them at sectionals and districts to show support with your ribbon on them. And I have the pictures to send to you of all the teams that have bought them. And then Megan from Hudson asked all the teams to add a bow, a ribbon from each of the teams that was at sectionals, and to sign their names, and then the judges are actually down at the bottom. So they made this for you to have. It was a very fun idea. So they made this on their own. We didn't even know this was happening. And so we wanted to give this to you tonight. And I know, like, you have been so strong and so positive through all of this. You've been so positive, and I mean, I just can't even imagine. It's amazing. You are so amazing, truly amazing in every kind of way. And so I started out making these hoodies and sweatshirts, or hoodies and t-shirts as just if the girls want them, the swim team bought them, and then I had friends reaching out. I had your family reaching out. I had teachers reaching out. And it went from like 20 to like, I don't even know. And so I have collected over $7,000 from not only all of you guys, but everybody else that loves you and wants to support you. Anyone who knows you, not only did they buy a shirt or donate, but they want to know that they're praying for you in every kind of way. The amount of emails that I got that show so much support. So we wanted to present this here tonight for you to help you in any kind of way. I know it may not be a lot in the grand scheme of things, but we truly want to support you. Emotionally, physically, mentally, whatever we can do as a gymnastics community. Not only the teams here, but the teams around Northeast Ohio and Central Ohio and everywhere. So